have been following my videos, you know that I haven't given an update in 3 weeks. In that video I was 9 weeks, so now I'm 12 weeks, and in the last video I did, I also apologize because I think it was like 2 weeks since I gave an update. And this first trimester has really hit me hard on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and I think today, so I'm 12 weeks and 2 days today, I think today I am finally out of it. So hopefully it'll be smooth sailing from now on. I have a ton of updates to go over. I'll go over week by week of what has happened, so this update is going to be a little long. I'll try to hurry up and get through everything. A lot of good news. Everything is great. The baby is absolutely perfect. I got to see her today on an ultrasound, and it's really neat because with my son, the first time I saw him was at 18 weeks, and so, or 5 weeks and then 18 weeks. So I went from, you know, seeing just a little sac to at 5 weeks to 18 weeks, when, you know, it's really a baby now, you can see them. But with this pregnancy, I was able to see her week by week. So I saw her, you know, and even in the ultrasound pictures that I have, I've seen her get bigger every week, which is just, it's so cool. And today was the first time that I actually saw her moving, because the last time I saw her was at 9 weeks, and it's insane in those 3 weeks how much the baby grows. And so I saw her like waving her little arms, and it was pretty cool. So everything is good. Thank you for all who have been wondering what's been going on and asking if I'm okay. I am okay. I've been going through a really tough time, and I'll go over that. And so for the last update I did was on May 2nd, and I was 9 weeks and 2 days. I thought my, you know, week by week date was Sunday, but it's actually Saturday. December 3rd is my due date, and it's a Saturday. I thought it was a Sunday, but I was wrong. So yeah, that update was at 9 weeks, and I had just had my second ultrasound through IVF the previous Wednesday, and then I had my third ultrasound that Wednesday. So Monday did an update. That Wednesday I had my third ultrasound through an outside monitoring office through IVF, and that went great. Her heart rate was 180, and yeah, everything went great. The IVF office contacted me back, and they said that everything looks great. You can start weaning off medications, and you can make your first OB appointment. That was a heavenly day, because I'll show you later in the video of all the injections that you go through with becoming surrogate. With the clearance from the IVF office, I scheduled my first OB appointment the following Monday, so that was May 9th, and that was terrible. So I went on the insurance website to find an OB through the hospital that I have to go through or to deliver at, and in my contract it says that I need to go to the highest graded hospital, the hospital with the highest graded NICU available in the local area that I live in. So I found it. It's graded 3B, which is like the highest you can get. And so I searched by that hospital on my insurance website, and it showed this OB. So I called and made an appointment. And long story short, I showed up at the appointment, all the paperwork done, everything. In the middle of the appointment, they go over basic information, and they say, we deliver at this hospital and this hospital. And it wasn't the hospital that I needed to deliver at. And so I asked them, I'm like, okay, well, the insurance website was wrong. What grade NICUs do these hospitals have? And they said that the hospitals don't even have a NICU. So I'm like, great, so I can't work with this OB. So I just wasted that whole entire day. My friend came over to babysit my son, and I was just so frustrated because the appointment was like 25 minutes away. Then I hit traffic home. It was terrible. I had to leave in the middle of the appointment. I was just so mad. Like, I didn't think that the insurance website would be wrong. I just didn't think that. So I got home, and you know, I called my agency, let them know that it's, you know, it's gonna be still a little bit before my first appointment. So then I went through the same website, the insurance website, and did the same search, but this time when it came up with the results, I went to that doctor's website and I made sure that it said that hospital, and then when I called to make the appointment, I asked the receptionist also what hospitals they deliver at, and the one that I needed, they did. So I was like, oh, okay, good, I'm in the right spot. So that was just, that was just annoying. So that was May 9th. And so then, like, when I made the next OB appointment, it was last Monday. So that was Monday, that was May 16th. So that was my first OB appointment. Everything went great. They use a little Doppler to measure the heartbeat. And it freaks me out at first because the nurse was taking so long to find the heartbeat. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Because the Surrogate group on Facebook that I'm in, there's been 5 miscarriages and one was even at 16 weeks. I'm like, wow, you know, it's like you think that you're in the safe zone at like 12 weeks, but it's like, wow, 16 weeks. That just like broke my heart when I read that. But it's like, I don't know, like it feels like a game of Survivor, honestly, just going through this process. And it's like it's just even from the online application to become a surrogate to getting to this point, it is just so slim. Like the pickings are so slim to get to this point. So I just feel so blessed that just everything worked, and it worked so smoothly this time around. My first transfer was unsuccessful back in August, but this time around it worked, and I'm just like blown away. I still just can't believe that I'm pregnant. I've actually felt her move a couple of times, which was really cool. I've been feeling her move since 10 weeks, and I felt the same thing with my son. And I think it's because they're both very active babies, because when the nurse was trying to find the heartbeat with the Doppler, she kept on going all around my belly, and it's because she was like, wow, this baby is very active, because you would find it and then it would like disappear, so she would go over somewhere else. So I think it's because they're both very active that I've been able to feel them so early. Last Sunday I went grocery shopping, and the nausea was so bad that as I was driving home I knew I was gonna throw up. And I'm looking around my SUV, like looking for somewhere to throw up, like if I, like, you know, if it just came out. And luckily when I have to vomit, I'm able to hold it in, and which is like, you know, really cool. And well, not cool, but you know, just glad that I don't have to like pull over to the side of the road. Like I can find somewhere like that has a toilet. And so I get up, I like run upstairs, and I just go straight to the toilet, and it just went everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but you know, it just all came up. And I was just so upset, you know, that because I thought like I was out of the woods, and that was at 11 weeks, and it just hit me hard again. And I'm like, man, like when is this gonna end? So for the past 6 weeks, you know, it's like, and it's not like morning sickness, it's all day. From when I wake up, well, probably like an hour after I wake up until I go to bed. And it's like the only relief is when I'm sleeping. So it's like with that constant just not feeling good, and food aversions, like just crackers and ginger ale, and oh man, it's been really rough. And I'm usually really active, always going to the gym, and you know, playing with my son, and just not having energy. It's been hard. It's been really hard. And then on top, the injections have all these side effects, and I'm used to being in shape. I'm not used to looking like this. I'm not used to being so heavy. And so it's just like all of these things, and it just I don't know, I think I kind of went through a little bit of depression. I don't want to say depression because I'm not going to diagnose myself, but I've had the blues. And so I think I'm finally out of it. You know, today was just great. I have the past 3 days, it's like, it's been like cutting down in half of how I've been feeling. So I really do think it's, you know, it's over with. Hopefully the medicine that I've been taking, diclegis for morning sickness or nausea, I think it's really helping. So that's just been wonderful. So yeah, that long spiel. After the third ultrasound, the IVF office, that day was Wednesday, so that was May 4th, they told me to start weaning off of injections. And so it was like a week that I went down from 2 cc's to 1 cc to a half cc. And then finally on May 10th, I was able to completely stop the injections. So that was awesome. And then I had my appointment for today, and the heart rate was at 167. I had an ultrasound today, and it was finally the one that was on your belly. I'm so sick of vaginal ultrasounds. I've had one almost every week since mid-February. But then, you know, there was a break from the transfer until the first fetal heartbeat ultrasound. You know, because in the beginning they're doing the lining check every week to make sure you're progressing, the dilatogen's working. And then after they confirm the heartbeat, it was like every week for 3 weeks. And then like it's like every single appointment they're taking your blood, and then you're doing injections, and so it's just like, it's been a lot. It really has. This has not been an easy road. Oh man. So if you're interested in being a surrogate, just, you know, keep that in mind, that it's definitely not easy. And it's been like smooth. Like there hasn't been any complications or anything. This has been a smooth ride. So I can just, like, I've heard of just surrogates having their transfer date pushed because their lining wasn't thick enough or it was too thick, and there's just so many things that can just arise. So, you know, even though it's been rough, I am just very thankful that I made it this far, and you know, that she's doing good. And it was just so good to see her today, just finally being off of medications. Now my next OB appointment isn't for a month, and so I'm just like, I'm, you know, so glad to see you guys' faces, but just needs to be a while for now, because every week there's been something going on with this process since February. So and then like my agency even told me that you know, like after the first trimester it like really dies down, that it just kind of, you're just pregnant. So for now on it should just be a normal pregnancy, and I am just so thankful for that. I'm just thankful that we've gotten to this far. And so these are all the medications. So these are all the medications. These were the Lupron shots, and then these attached to a longer needle, but it's cool because to save room in the sharps, you just twist off the needle and you just put it in your container. So this is all of them for this whole entire cycle. So yeah, here it all is.